The mediating effects of the nursing professional commitment on the relationship between social support, resilience, and intention to stay among newly graduated male nurses. Nurses are the heart of healthcare, but what happens when the heart begins to weaken? Not from illness, but from disconnection, exhaustion, or lack of commitment. Good day, panelists. I'm here to present a study that examines one of the nursing's most pressing issues, retention, particularly among newly graduated male nurses. I am Christine Eve V. Alda from BSN 3A. So this research explores what truly keeps male nurses committed to their profession despite challenges. So our discussion today will unfold in 5 parts: nature and scope, objective, method, findings, and implications. So this study is not just about numbers and models. It's about what makes nurses stay, what fuels their commitment, and what keeps the heart of healthcare beating. So moving on to the next slide, nature and scope. So this is a quantitative cross-sectional survey research. So it means that data were gathered at one point and in time and analyzed statistically to identify patterns among key variables such as social support, resilience, professional commitment, and intention to stay. So the researchers use a structural equation modeling to measure how invisible psychological factors influence tangible outcomes like retention. In short, this study gives us measurable evidence of what motivates nurses to remain in the profession. Moving on to the next, the study focused on newly graduated male nurses in Taiwan with 2 years or less of clinical experience. This focus is meaningful because male nurses, through increasing number, is still facing unique struggles such as gender stereotypes, professional isolation, and unclear career paths. So the Job Demands Resources, or JDR model, guided the study, suggesting that job demands causes stress, but requires resources like support and resilience buffer it. So the scope defines both who the study examines and or how the professional experience is understood through the JDR lens. Moving on to the next slide, the objective or purpose. The objective of this study is to examine how professional commitment mediates the relationship between social support, resilience, and the intention to stay. So in simple terms, do social support and resilience directly influence nursing's intention to stay? Or thus, their professional commitment serves as the bridge that connects these elements? So this purpose is vital because retaining skilled nurses is just as critical as recruiting them. So moving on to the next slide, the research method. So the study used a quantitative cross-sectional survey among 272 newly graduated male nurses from hospitals across Taiwan. Tools used are social support in Wehner's 15-item scale. Next is the resilience, Connor-Davidson 25-item scale. Professional commitment, dedication to the nursing profession, and intention to stay, likelihood to remain in nursing long term. So data were analyzed using structural equation modeling. While causality cannot be fully confirmed, correlations were strong enough to draw meaningful conclusions. Moving on to the 6th slide, the findings. So part 1, results revealed that professional commitment fully mediates the relationship between both social support and resilience with the intention to stay. So it means that having social support or resilience alone does not directly make a nurse stay. Instead, these factors increase professional commitment, and that commitment determines their decision to remain. So it really means that commitment becomes the invincible thread holding everything together. So the next findings is that support and strength really matters, but commitment is the heart of retention. So again, commitment po is really the heart, or it is really important in order for those nurses to stay. So for newly graduated male nurses, navigating social stereotypes such as professional commitment becomes their anchor. So when institutions nurture that commitment through recognition and belonging, the intention to stay rises dramatically. So it shows that resources like support and resilience only matter if they inspire professional dedication. So slide 8, the implications of the findings. So the study really urges nursing leaders and policymakers to focus on strengthening professional commitment. So it is really important why this study have said, because it really urges nursing leaders or yung mga policymakers to focus on strengthening professional commitment. So this 3 actionable points. So first is it promotes supportive environment through mentorship. So it is really important that the environment of those nursing workers will be supportive in order for them to have inspiration to stay, and also their mentors are not that toxic when it comes to working spaces. So next is the enhanced resilience training and coping workshops. So it is really important that if you are already a nurse, trainings and coping workshops are really important in order for them to have that access, or not for them to get bored easily or to get toxic easily in their workspaces. So next is to build professional identity to empower male nurses. So it's really important that you build your professional identity. It is because it is you who are making, or it is you who are going to decide whatever path you will make in your nursing career. So in order for you to be empowered, in order for you to stay in that profession. So hospitals don't retain nurses by obligation. They retain them by inspiring purpose. So it is really important because hospitals don't really push nurses to stay by obligation, but it is really important that us nurses will be inspired by our own passion in order for us to keep going. So for the conclusion, the study concludes that professional commitment is the key mediator linking social support and resilience to the intention to stay among those male nurses or newly graduated nurses in Taiwan. So it is really important that you are committed into what you are doing, you have passion in it in order for you to stay. So resilience and support light the fire. So you have that, you should have in yourself that you are resilient, and of course the environment around you, or the family or the co-workers around you are really supportive and you are not that toxic in order for you to stay in that workplace. So but professional commitment keeps it burning. So it is really important that you love your job. You are really destined to that job. So hospitals and nursing schools must create nurturing environments that build both emotional strength and professional pride. It is really important that it is in our environment, because that really motivates us to stay in that job. So lastly, we need to remember that commitment doesn't just heal patients, it heals the profession. Because again, going back to what I have said earlier, that nurses are the heart of healthcare. But what really happens when the heart begins to weaken? Because those nurses also need comfort, also need supporting environment, and also need the time for them to think what is really enough for them to stay. So it is important that we should help each other, not bring down each other. And that would be all. Thank you.